Coming up, we're going to take a look into a different type of dieting that's become quite the trend in recent years. We'll hear the myths and facts on intermittent fasting. There are so many different diets out, but to find one that's going to work for you, it can be a challenge. And many of you may feel a little discouraged after trying one after another when it comes to the diets. But one trend is catching on, and its focus is on the timing of it all. And here to tell us about intermittent fasting and maybe debunk some of the dieting myths out there is Dr. Sanaya Mujid. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
First off, give us some of your thoughts about typical diet fads.
Diets don't work. I know a lot of us don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. A lot of my patients would have come to me after trying every diet under the sky and kind of revalidating what the studies have already shown to us, that diets simply do not work.
Okay, so talk about intermittent fasting. It's something that we hear a lot about. You think it works. How does it work?
So I look at intermittent fasting not as a diet, but as a lifestyle change. And I think if you have that approach, it kind of puts things into perspective. Now, being a physician, I will always talk about what is the scientific evidence and what is the data state about something. It's not just my opinion, is what does the research say. And the results are mixed. And the reason why they are mixed is because everybody has their own version or interpretation of intermittent fasting. Simply, it is a time period where people are not eating or drinking. And that time period has been as long as 24 hours or as short as a few hours. And obviously, the two are not the same. I believe that intermittent fasting should be used as a tool to incorporate into the person's lifestyle and then see how it would be best suited to help them. So for example, if people are snacking at nighttime, that is the time to then go into the fasting. That will stop you from reaching into the fridge or the bag of cookies or whatever it is that you find it difficult to resist at 11 o'clock at night.
And so who's a good candidate to try this? Who would it be good for?
Oh, anybody and everybody. As long as it's done thoughtfully, as long as it's done with a structure and consistency. And of course, I always say, make sure you are in touch with a physician, because somebody who can help guide you through that. What we don't want is people fasting and getting dehydrated, getting dizzy. We don't want that. So if you should at least have a conversation with a physician who has experience dealing with that, and they can come up with a structure or a time period that suits best your lifestyle and your health.
All right, Dr. Majid talking about intermittent fasting. Thanks for being here today. If you want to learn more about that, or maybe even get a chance to video chat with the doctor, visit weightlosswellnesscenter.com.